What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a game against the Indiana Pacers to look forward to today, and unfortunately it was a game that we look at with a big disappointment. Yes, we scored 123 points. Our offense is still looking relatively okay in this time out, but still the same problems persist as we lose to the Pacers. Defensively we struggle, and ultimately some big key things, even offensively, we need to discuss that allowed the Pacers to walk away with the victory today. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game today, and your player of the game as we lose this one 132 to 123. Once again, we have seen the Chicago Bulls give up over 130 points to another team. It has been an ongoing theme. Almost every game that we play, we're giving up massive amount of points, and when we lose games, we do lose them by a big chunk because of the amount of points that we give away. It is quite frustrating at the end of the day. Now look, we can talk about the Bulls offense all night long. The Bulls offense today, outside of a key thing for maybe certain guys, it was alright. It was okay. At the end of the day, 123 points speaks for itself. The Bulls were kind of good with the tempo and whatnot. A couple of missed opportunities. And of course, when you see guys, for example, like Josh Giddey miss the amount of threes that he took today, it does weaken the offense for sure, and it does allow teams to kind of make things a little bit easier. So when Josh Giddey is missing threes and not being impactful on the offensive end, that does become a little bit of a problem compared to obviously when he's making those threes. Now, thankfully, most of the games he's making those threes, at least to a certain extent. Today, 0 from 6 from 3 is kind of crazy. And again, I think that did play a factor in how we lost the game. But a lot of things kind of happened, in my opinion, that allowed us to lose the game. For starters, we've heard a lot about the Indiana Pacers not being, I guess, that same team. More specifically, Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton not being the same Tyrese Halliburton you saw last season. But again, it didn't necessarily matter against the Chicago Bulls because you can make anyone look like a superstar against us. Halliburton with 23 points and 8 assists alongside of Pascal Siakam's 21 points, Matt Duren's 19 points, Miles Turner's 15 points. All of a sudden, TJ McConnell, once again, the Chicago Bulls killer in TJ McConnell, comes in with 17 points. Obi Toppin comes in with 17 points. Guys that don't score a lot, guys that barely even play for this Pacers team, are absolutely cooking us. And that's, in my opinion, is the key reason why we lost the game. Halliburton getting 23 and 8. You know what? He's had a really, really rough start to the season, but Tyrese Halliburton is Tyrese Halliburton. He'll find his way back. He always will find his way back. He's talented enough to figure it out. But the other guys, you can stop those other guys. You can stop Obi Toppin from dropping 17 points on us. You can stop TJ McConnell dropping 17 points on us. I don't know what TJ McConnell has against us, but we need to apologize to him because he always destroys us. Regardless of what we may think, guys that you don't expect to come into the game and make an impact were guys that obviously, in the end, won the game for the Pacers. And that just goes back to Bulls defense. Why is the Bulls defense allowing this to happen? The Bulls defense seems to not be able to stop anything, whether it's from the perimeter, whether it's in the paint, especially in the paint. It is so bad in the painted area, ladies and gentlemen. We can't find a stop. Transitionally, we are still poor defensively. I don't know how we could be so good transitionally on one end, but so poor transitionally on the other. I question the effort of the Chicago Bulls players because of that. I question their talent and ability defensively, but I do question their effort more than anything. So again, we're talking about the same problems here, if you know what I mean. It's always the same issues. When we lose a game, we're losing it the exact same way. It's not special. It's nothing new. It's how teams have figured us out. And offensively, again, we saw the weaknesses when Josh Giddey's not making threes. There were a couple of times where we looked a little bit stagnant out there, especially when we had to slow the tempo down a little bit. We looked a little bit poor in that regard. But again, our offense is not my issue. When we drop 123 points and we're talking about a bad offensive night, you know what? I'll take that every day of the week. But my question does lie on the defensive end. How can we figure out a way to fix this? I'm sure offensively we will get figured out a little bit more as time goes by. We can have that discussion when the time comes. But defensively, we need to figure out how to slow teams down, because we're getting nowhere near the mark as of now, ladies and gentlemen. Too many guys scoring too many points. It's as simple as that. In terms of the Bulls, well, a strong third quarter for the Bulls, I would say. A really poor second quarter with 19 points. That's never a nice feeling. And obviously that second quarter is the key to the win at the end of the day. But the Bulls had their own offensive night. It was a great night for the Bulls offensively. We'll start off with Zach LaVine's incredible 32.3 rebound and 3 assist performance. A big chunk of those points came in the third quarter as we tried to go on that run. Again, I'm not saying we came close to the Pacers. I think the Pacers were dominant all game long. But that third quarter definitely helped in, I guess, that belief factor for the Chicago Bulls. And yeah, it was a very good third quarter for Zach LaVine. Good third quarter for the Bulls. And it continued with guys like Ayo, 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Vucevic, bit of an off night for Nikola Vucevic. You know, he had an incredible 39-point performance against the San Antonio Spurs with no Victor Wembanyama. He comes to this game against an elite, I wouldn't say an elite defender, but a good defender in Miles Turner. I think he's good. 13 points and 9 rebounds. Definitely struggled today. Coby White in his return, 19 points and 9 assists with 4 rebounds. I've seen a lot of people question Coby White even in this game, no matter how good he played. I do feel like there's a lot of people starting to question Coby White. People are calling him, I guess that... How do I put this? I know he has 9 assists, so this is definitely not a way to kind of describe him, but I kind of, in a similar way, look at it towards a D'Angelo Russell type of guy, where sometimes when the ball does land in Coby White's hands, the tempo does fall a little bit. In terms of maybe he wants to do something himself. Maybe he's trying to create something for himself, so the ball movement kind of stops. And even though he gets the assist and he gets the play, and he played well. Definitely played well. 19 points and 9 assists, I'll take all night long from Coby White. Sometimes you do see a little bit of stagnation come in there. But at the end of the day, I'm not putting this loss on Coby White. I think guys like Josh Giddey, for example, with 10 points and 6 assists, had his fair share, played all right in this game. But when he's not making threes, teams can kind of lay off defensively, if you know what I mean. And that definitely hurt the Chicago Bulls as well. If he made not even half of the threes, if he made 2 out of 6 or something like that, you could have posed a bigger threat on the court. And it would have helped the Bulls tremendously in this game. But it is what it is. Jalen Smith, 10 points and 7 rebounds. Matas Bazelas with 8 points as well. Not too shabby from either one of those guys. Lonzo Ball comes in with 9 points and 4 assists. I'm very intrigued to see what Lonzo Ball does towards the middle of the season, where he gets more game time, because it's kind of stop and start with Lonzo, but not bad today from him. And then guys like Julian Phillips, for example, 12 minutes in this game and had 2 points. Once was a starter, now is a bench player. He has to learn how to adapt to his new role, because he will be a bench player probably for the foreseeable future. Dalen Terry with 3 points. Taylor Horton-Tucker, 2 points in 6 minutes. I have a big problem with this more than anything. How is Taylor Horton-Tucker? I mean, again, I didn't watch the entirety of the game. Maybe he got injured or something. I don't know. But Taylor Horton-Tucker, 6 minutes, 2 points. I felt like he deserves more than that. He deserves more than that coming into this game. He was so dominant in the last 2 games. Massive bench scoring. And we definitely need bench scoring. You could see it in the stats. We don't have much bench scoring in this game. So to kind of give 6 minutes to the guy that actually is probably our better bench scorer, I think is borderline ridiculous. But again, I also feel another issue is that we were undersized coming into this game, and we started 4 guards in this game, and that is not necessarily what I like to see either. Maybe when Patrick Williams comes back, that could be different, but that's quite frustrating in of its own right. Too many problems to kind of count, in my opinion. With that being said, my player of the game is Zach LaVine, and yeah, I thought 33 points, whatever it was pretty outstanding. Good third quarter. Kind of kept us in the game when we thought we were out. Nonetheless, a bad loss to the Pacers. Now we both land on the same record. 10 and 14 are both of our records. We'll see what happens in the next one. There's still growth and learning for the Chicago Bulls, I would say. But the more games that go on, the more that we're starting to find what we are and where we're positioned in this league. Some people might like where we are and where we're positioned. Some people probably not so much. What do you guys think? I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.